All right, we're going to look at graphing quadratic inequalities. So first off, you need to know how to graph a quadratic, and then other than that, there's just one or two little steps that we have to add after that. So quadratic, something with an exponent of 2, the inequality, we no longer have an equal sign, we've got a greater than sign here. But before we start any of that off, we need to fill in our table of values before we can fill in our graph. So we do that by coming up with the x half of the vertex or the axis of symmetry by that formula x equals negative b over 2a. My b value here is 4, so I'm going to say negative 4 over 2 times my a value is 1, giving us negative 2, and that's going to go in the middle of our t-chart. From there, we need to come up with two numbers smaller, two numbers larger. So smaller, negative 3, negative 4, larger, negative 1, 0. So the beauty about finding the axis of symmetry, or that half of that vertex, is it's in the middle. And since we took equal steps out on both directions, we don't need to fill in all 5 numbers. We're just going to fill in these bottom 3. And remember, this 0 and that 4, they're going to be the same answer. The negative 1, negative 3 are going to be the same answer. So it gives us a little bit of less work. So let's start plugging some things in. Let's plug 0 in up there first. So when I plug 0 in, I get 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus 5, giving me 0 plus 5, or just 5. So you get for both of those. Let's plug in negative 1 for both. So negative 1 squared, 4 times negative 1, and 5, giving us positive 1, minus 4 plus 5, and we get a 2 as an answer. So you get that for both. And then one more, we need to plug in negative 2. So we're going to get negative 2 squared, 4 negative 2, and 5, 4 minus 8 and 5, negative 4 and 5, giving us positive 1. Okay, so we came up with a t-chart. Great. Let's take those 5 coordinates and put them on the graph now. So go back 4, go up 5, go back 3, go up 2, go back 2, go up 1, 1 up 2, go over 0, go up 5. Okay, so we have our 5 coordinates that we plotted. Now, all of this is the same as graphing a quadratic. Now the difference comes into the inequality. Remember, when we're dealing with inequalities with lines, you're going to have either a solid line or a dashed line, and then we need the shade. So same thing's happening here. Since there is no equal sign, we're going to have a dashed line. Okay? So dash parabola, good. Now we need the shade. We need to pick a point, any point, as long as it's not on that dashed line. So the point I'm going to pick is 0, 0. The reason behind that is I just like it. It helps things cancel out. It makes things smaller numbers. It's a good way to go. So that's my x, that's my y. I want to take 0, 0 and plug it into the whole inequality. So my y half all the way on the left is going to be 0, greater than, now we're going to have 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus 5, giving us, is 0 bigger than 5? No, it's not. That's wrong. It's not that our math's wrong, but that statement does not make sense. If that's wrong, that means that's wrong, and everything we need to color in is now going to be on the inside of the parabola. So any answer, any coordinate that lies inside this shaded region will be a solution to the inequality, and that is graphing a quadratic inequality.